Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. I am so happy that you joined my station. A lot has transpired. A lot within less than 4 hours. Talked, looked kind of weird, said weird stuff, but nevertheless, just thought about life. And so I'll take you on a brief journey, short but not long. I sat up there, I was over there, and I was eating some raisins, and I was looking, and I was sort of live, and I was looking at the quarter, and I was like, "What's up, bald eagle?" And then I said, not only was up bald eagle, but I sat up there, I was like, "What's up, George Washington?" And then I looked to which way? My left. And I saw Abe just hanging around 2 cents, giving his 2 cents. And I was, so I walked up to both. And then I got to tell you the short version. And then I walked up to the dime. Franklin Roosevelt. I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, Franklin Roosevelt. Yeah. And I didn't know the name real quick, and I won't say no more. But I had to look him up because I don't know, my finger kept hurting. I was like, what? My finger hurt. The last thing I did was touch that damn dime. What the fuck? And I was like, it was weird. So, I was like, oh, it must be symbolic. So I just kept looking and I kept looking and I just looked out of touch like I was doing something on camera, but it wasn't illegal to sit up there and do this with your hands on camera. What the fuck? You, no, stop. I'm not trying to joke with no one. But I'm just saying, I swear, I'm not doing nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To sit up there and do this off camera, because your hand legally hurts. Your not just any part of your hand, but your middle finger, and it hurts. And I'm like, why does it? I've been moving it and doing things all day, and I pick up a dime and I didn't know the name. Franklin Roosevelt, which he died in 1945, and they made a dime of him the next year. You got to do some cool stuff, even when, whether you're corrupt or not, you have to do some cool stuff. You still got to put in work and show your face somewhat. How can you be? How can you be a Biden? you know, but I. How can you be a Biden? Yes, I'm gonna leave it alone. So here we go. Okay. I'm going to zoom back out because I don't have it up yet, but we are going to do this. We about to close one of these browsers. Such a goof. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's not on. Someone wrote me, but I'm ignoring that shit. Most likely they talk about upgrading to some new 2.0 program. You know, they could be getting into you backdoor people. I would be very hesitant. You know what I'm saying? Burn all that energy to put some generic tutorial is so weird unless you're getting something out of it. So, CTU. I'm so mad. Let's do this. We are going to do this. I'm not even talking about nothing else. We ain't even going to dig into nothing. What? What? Here we go. Oh, ah, here we go. It had to be GC correlated. Oh, okay. 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 Here we go. Oh, oh no. Hold up. Okay, let's start with you. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Where's the other one? Okay, we got that up right here. I kind of went here because I needed to go here, but I wanted to see if I could find a proper accreditation or references. Yeah, references, which is like a certain type of way it's not like a reference. If I was to look it up, they'd be like partially true. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't know. Now I want to look it up. I'm so sorry. Is that what is? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought that was my name because it looks kind of like it, but it's tan. That's way off brand. But the Han got me because I was thinking Xi Jinping, and then the D and the C is both my beginning and end. So I kind of, that's a psychological thing right there. At the end, it say psychological too. It looked like my name from a distance. I actually put the LOU in that name. from a distance. But as I zoomed in, I see that it's I did not do it because now I see it. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. This isn't going to give me uh, anxiety. Every time I hear that name, the positive effects on task, relation, and change-oriented leadership, behavioral, and employee engagement. In Young Lee, Lawrence Technology University, Technological. Let me say it the correct way. That is beautiful how they did that. University, Patricia A. Castelli, Lawrence Technological University, Matthew Cole, Lawrence Technological University. I had to give that, at least give it that proper setting. Okay, we did this part, and I don't want to go over. I don't want to even go over. Not yet until I go here. Remember what I said. Oh, this is not what I'm looking at. Whew. Hold up. Oh, I did it again. Hold up. It's this one. Okay. Now, before I went all the way to number 3, I believe. No, go back up. Go back. It's I can remember the UWES. And because one guy, like, he had to go a step further, and I was talking to y'all. What? A lock in Israel? That's crazy. Yes, those names are so funny. Not in a bad way, but funny in a good way. That's cute. UWES. I don't even know what they're quoting. They just give a citation of him or whoever this person is. I don't even remember reading about UWES being into any name because once it comes into a name one time, it'll branch off into the abbreviations. Wait, no, I don't. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm gonna pause right about at UWES. And I have to close here, go here, go here, and look at the question. First is the introduction. So I these are the questions right here. I'm following this, and it just said choose one of the models you think will be the most successful. And these are basically, it's not this question because I believe my psychological analogy believes I answered question one, which was this question right here. Describe two change models that you could create. But I have to do it in an introduction. I have to do it in an introduction that um you know, is very different. So, yeah, describe two change models. And then choose one model you think will be the most successful. And I think I answered that question. So, but I don't believe I did. At the end, I'm going to figure it out. And when he tells me to tweak, I don't even need to see what he wants me to tweak it on. If he talks about what he wants it to be tweaked on, and if it's the introduction, I'm gonna just build that whole like two sentences or something, like two different separate sentences. Like that means that I'm gonna sit up there and like have like and adjust. It's always 3 to 4 paragraphs if you're dealing with this. Minimum to me. And that sounds feels appropriate. That's like a page. And between those 3 or 4 paragraphs, I'm going to develop and break down one sentence to see which run-on sentence that Grok is going to tell me, which I know I have things. And I'm going to sit up there and continue to work at least at 2 to 3, because I want to keep it authentic. I want him to know that I rebuilded it, and I want it not perfect, and I don't want it just passable. I want it to be like really a very cool thing. So I think I answered that. But then do you see the ones that are highlighted in bold? So where am I at? I'm at the introduction. But we have to find out what I'm answering now. So we're going to go with choose. Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? I'm so sorry that happened. I'm so sorry. I'm like, who did that? Why who did that? Fuck. No, just one model. Wait. Okay. We're going to describe two change models because we're going to just do it now. Because, yeah. So we're looking at two change models. We want them in another context. So It's only a limit. It's great amount of information there, but it's only a limited amount of information that for some reason I could find. So I'm gonna sit up there and just place it in there and do what I need to do. Hold on. So they're looking for change models. So we're gonna take out the describe. We're gonna take out the that you can use to change models, create an organ. This should be good. Two change models. Change in the organization. No, that's not the same. Don't laugh at me. Create. I had a lot on my mind just now. Ages and stuff. Like really, really. I was looking at the first was just fine. And then a lot of stuff started flooding my mind. And I was like, am I looking with the just heavy? I like the thing, but the school leadership, I want to know more, don't get me wrong. But this kind of, no, maybe. But working towards a step care model, post net. Oh no, this is child mental health care. I would love to learn about this because they know, but then they would start using lingo I don't know, and then I would be like, what? And they'd be like, you working with a lot of big, like intelligent. Let me not say big, intelligent people, and I'm like, dang, and they using these words, these intelligent words. The relate model, strategies to effectively engage healthcare organizations. Extreme flows and water availability of Brahma. Oh, I remember Kami Kami High Highway. And they said it exactly like that. Everybody who's been there a while who know Kami Kami High Highway. Ah, Brahmaputra River. Where is that at? Oh my God. That as soon as I seen something that looked like that, I was like, oh my God. That's interesting, well enough, but I don't have the time right now. Okay, wait. Uh-oh. Predictive accuracy. COVID-19. Well, they're going to start speaking that lingo again. Make it very lingual friendly. That's what it meant. The white men, both foreign and domestic, do. They were like, make it hard. And then a normal person like me coming along is going to look at it and be like, oh my God, this what is they saying? I'm done. walk away. But that's what they do. They make it lingo friendly. And the real smart ones, they just define the words which define the other words. But at the core, I get what it means. I'm so sorry. This is taking too long. Motivating language theory, the four frames and change and infused model. The desired approach of the conceptual paper is to expand upon existing literature, create a new framework for organizational learning and new model. That's cool. I think that's appropriate. Abstract. This conceptual paper aims to add context and support to the field of motivating language theory. That's one theory. Around the area, I have, oh, and I gotta clean this bad boy. I that's not good. I gotta clean my thing too. Sorry, I had to stop midway just in case. I didn't know we are actually like in the desert. I'm not sad about it. I would probably be even more sad if I was in Phoenix, Arizona, because they have like scorpions and shit. Like you bound to get one, right? So being somewhere where it's heightened visibility now for all things that see the sunlight or whatever they know they do, they, you know, what was that? Uh, so yeah, yeah. It's not like they sleep during the summer. I tell you that. I tell you that. With this paper, the direction and shape of change, but the field of motivating language therapy. Oh, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more than that. Mm. See, it's happening right now. They got the Genesis. They got infused models and Genesis of the infused models. So when I think of infused model, I think of I don't know what the infused model until number one, but I did kind of cheat and saw it says right Cotter stage of change. I did kind of cheat, but the genesis of infused what does genesis mean in a psychological? book that don't that denounce religion, because their meanings and other meanings is totally different, right? Right. We about to see. Oh, let me stop. I think I want to choose this one. This is one of many. Let's go back into another. This is interesting. Let's put a pause on this. Okay. Go back. Wait. Keep going. Oh. Okay. Sulfur dioxide, SO2, nitrogen. What? I knew I thought, who is this? Who is this? I have to know. I want to know your references. Tokyo is getting okay. I'm not mad. This is not a racist thing. I love Tokyo. They're our allies. At least I know some of my allies. Where is it blank? How is it blank though? What? I didn't read the whole thing. Hold on. What's going on? It's jerking and doing all types of weird stuff. What? I never. Wait. It's probably me, y'all. Hold on. Let me do this. Oh, it's still blanking out. Okay. I'm trying to hit that. I'm trying to hit that. Just trying, I'm trying to live, man. It said 93. Let's see what we can see. Following the economic liberal, oh, it's moving on its own. Okay. Following the economic liberalization policies that have been adopted in India in 93. I like India people. Why do you sit up there and want to keep me from, yeah, Indian people's pretty cool, man. Good ones. They believe in peace. Overall, anybody that believe in peace, that meditate, they don't even have the time to retaliate. They be in meditation doing stuff that we just wouldn't be able to comprehend. I couldn't do it. I could, but I can't. I just don't have the time to do it. But I love what y'all do. The country have experienced phenomenal improvements in economic growth, industrialization, and trade flows. Oh, to be liberalized. Okay, I kind of get that. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. This is interesting. I figure to be liberalized or liberalization is meaning they're starting to trade more from India and people trying to make them look bad. I think some people are trying to sabotage people and shit. I don't know. But the America see all, and I think that that's messed up with some bad people be doing. They want to keep stuff going. That's why they have these organizations. They keep this stuff going in organizations. And if you learn why they do it, like, and how they do it, and who funds them, it will be so scary. The empirical strategy followed in this paper is that the impact of the trade openness on environmental pollution has been decomposed into scale, technique, and trade-induced composition effects. Oh, that is so fucking interesting. Wow. I, when I hear decompose, I think when I hear compose, I know that's something totally different. Let's get that out. Check. Mark. But compose is like compose like grounded up stuff. I don't know. Decompose is something different. I remember. But if they're using words like that, the technique, trade, induced composition effects, the technique, the technique of everything going on, you know, wow, the pollution. I think that's a good word when I see that word, but I want to make sure we're going to read more. But the technique of the environmental pollution. Now, data on air pollution, sulfur, oh, we're learning. We're learning. But this has nothing to do with it. So I can't read this for too long. Nitrogen oxide. I heard of that before. Suspended particulate matter and other social economic variables across major industry scales have been collated into panel regression models. Have been applied for such impact estimation. The results establish that the impact of growth and trade liberalization on environment. You better say it differently because that's what I just read. Like y'all do me. Like Grok be doing me. I'm sorry. I'm just not being funny. I'm just sorry. I read that before. The realization of environmental pollution is not consistent. It's not. Oh, it's not consistent across the pollutants. Rather, it depends upon the specific indicator that is examined. Oh, for example, high trade flows help reduce what's that? What's that? Sulfur dioxide concentration. However, the same could not be said for I know what these are. Nitrous oxide and suspended particulate matter. It is concluded that free trade policies in the presence of a dynamic pollution regulatory framework can yield sustainable trade. Why they need it? Why they need it? Why? What does it make? It's a pollutant. Mm. Now, don't get me wrong, your stuff isn't bad. It's not bad. And I have no trade or cross reference to reference it in a bad or negative way. I just can't read this. Oh my God! Where's my. Sorry. Oh, hold on, sorry. This is probably a very Okay, so right now, where am I at? No, no, no. But this is very interesting because it teaches me about sulfur dioxide, which I still don't know what it does, which I'm curious, like I said, like I said, the smart people look it up. Sulfur dioxide. Let's look it up. I'm about to look it up. Mm, okay, so we need it. Oh no. Get the freak out of here. Preserved in dry foods. Is this a dry fruit? California sun dried. That's as dry as it's gonna get. So wine in some foods and sulfates and bleaching agent in paper, textile industries, chemical. Oh, chemical intermediate in sulfuric acid production. Hmm. Ooh, why would we need it now? Ugh, ugh. You know, they say we don't pay for air, right? They say we don't pay for air. The people like, give me my air. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. Not bad, not bad. So now I know. Can't say I don't know. And I got mad and gave up the boots. Okay. Mm. Second one. What are you saying? I don't want to talk about him, man. We know who you just, even though this is India written and sulfuric acid, and they were talking about environmental stuff, in the first thing by Jenna and Pradat Ranjan. I hope didn't damage your name, man. But like seriously, I don't even know you, so that's why I'm not even sitting up there. I don't judge people. But yeah, so I leave it up to God. But yeah, so regression, like this was really cool, man. Like I got to learn what sulfur dioxide is, and yeah, I can rock with that, man. And now they're talking about putting out fires. We know if we speak his name, much harm comes our way. So we just not gonna. Ah. No, I don't want to speak his name. Mm-mm. This is padiatric. What is that? Change. Man, I ain't worried about that. Intervention method as a means to model and implement change in the out. But I'm still flabbergasted by this podiatric. Okay, we're going to try. Okay. Oh, they got anti-racist. Oh no. Applying a trauma-informed models for creating. I think no, because the angle would look like, because I would only need it for the question to add to my introduction and then to introduce it, but I would not use it as, I don't, I mean, not to say it's wrong, but I wouldn't use it. Like, because they add, the next question goes with, what is the, what is the change, the new change or something with, what is the next question? Then what is the best change model out of them all that can something an organization can create change within the organization? Something like that. I had to look off to the side because whatever I was trying to gather was over there. Damn, we're gonna try it. We have healing. That's what I don't get. The only way we're going to heal, I do it. I do it a lot with other things. I bring up my past stuff with how I feel today. I hate having to bring up bad past episodes because it goes into digression with other things. I'll leave it at that without attacking the issue, if that makes any sense. If I talk about it deeper, I would be just doing what I say, which is, what did they say? Fuse, promote healing. I don't want to go there. All the time, it don't be even meaning to do it. And I'll be like, hey, man, I don't even be wanting to do that, but it happens. And so, sorry. But, healing is great without bringing it up. And prevent future trauma. I understand. When are we going to, when are we going to heal, really, from everything racist? When we're really going to heal? It's a thin line between the truth and the lie, but like, when can we heal? And we just try to just remain positive, because it's like I wouldn't I wouldn't wish a situation like mine, but I wouldn't give it up. God, I believe in God. I really do. And the people who got me out do too, to a degree or fully. I can feel that. Maybe it was meant to say that. I don't know. But the trauma has to not be talked about. That wasn't a traumatic event. I didn't talk about the traumatic event. Had it been a traumatic event, I would have known. But I talked about the people, the good people. They deserve recognition. So, promote healing and prevent future trauma. That's what I said. In support of some best practices and lessons learned, this article provides a case study of one agency that has used the sanctuary model and evidence supported trauma informed organizational change model to introduce the practice of cultural humility. Dang. It's all stems from, you know, you give. I want you to know. I want you to ask yourself. You give someone evil. I won't even give it a name, but just know who's evil and who's not. We know who evil and who not in this world. But cultural humility, you give an angel advanced AI and you tell the angel, come back when you find me a no God in the galaxy of wherever far, far away. And they come back and they find you 10 gods from different galaxies because AI helped them. And then you give that same AI to someone evil that they copied everything, but instead they found 10 evil people from different galaxies. Who you think is like scary? I don't want to speak that into existence, but it's scary to be humiliated. It's all stemmed from not wanting to be humiliated and wanting to tell the audience. It's like people are actually buying it. People are actually wanting to buy it, too scared to do something about it, and then such and such happens because I don't get how you buying that shit. Like if you really buying some shit about ICE being a perpetrator of stuff, I would like really. They ran away with damaged equipment. They ran away with damaged equipment. One of their own kind. He kicked the back of the truck. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be evil. I love that guy. I wish him nothing but greatness. And may he end up in heaven. However, he kicked the back of an ICE agent truck and busted and they knew it. There's probably cameras all over in that car looking at different angles of the car, if not other cameras. And you lived that time. Then you came back for more action. You didn't want to sit down and have coffee. You didn't want to know about his little girl or his little boy or both twins or whatever. You didn't want to know about none of that. You just wanted to hurt and do more harm to the agency. That is your agenda. That was your agenda. Until what? You shoot an agent and say it was not your fault. Why even go down there with your weapons? Like, that would agitate any scene of crime. Oh, poor thing. I wasn't laughing at that. I just was laughing at something totally different, by the way. FYI. I don't find it funny. Not at all. Cultural, marginalized communities. Yes. Scary. The model supports endeavors in her. I may do talk about this. Sorry. 7 commitments. So sorry. I don't know why I break out. It's like be breaking out in spells and 7 commitments and a set of organizational values for creating trauma-informed community. Here we go again. Whoa! Oh, they just start breaking out with this. The murder of George Floyd. Oh, I can't wait to see what they say. Now, depending on, oh, I want to hear it. It sounds better when it's heard, and I read it as I try to keep up with them and their bit sound bite or whatever. I forgot what they said a normal sound bite is. Elon Musk. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, I was wondering. Oh shit. It's coming. Oh, what the fuck? Whoa, I gotta what? That is with the counterpart. Oh, I wish I could pause. Okay. Okay. Thank you for popping up. I'm not gonna say nothing bad. Thank you. I learned a lot. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop the tape and eat a sandwich like I wanted to. So, you know, what if, like, I go through the same thing Trump goes through a little bit. He's doing really good now, which is a good thing. But still, it's China making stuff, you know, they're making our ships and shit on like foreign property and shit. That's kind of scary. Um, yeah, but if your counterpart was like, what if, oh, all my good black people out there, what if we know, we know it's the truth, that there's people that want to see you dead because you're a good person. And then you see it in their eyes. Isn't it, you know, you see it, you know, so that's just following statistical data for black people that are bad. Not all black people are bad, but now I have some data to go by, which they talked about the Nazis, and they went from 8 million or billion to 1 million or billion. How does that happen? How do you depopulate them and get away with depopulating them? Why would you do that to them, to those Jewish people? Man, that is just so wrong. To just, they're an expense. It's always good and bad. Just imagine something bad that that's white. Think like a white man. You know, the best way to get back at a good white man is to be a bad white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know who those characters are. I don't need to go down the memory lane. But yeah. Okay. No more. We're pausing here. Now it's the okay. I don't even know if I still want that. No more child. What is that? I can't even. Okay. Mm, 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 No, lastly, you're giving away too much information. I will also discuss. Oh, what? What? Okay. Applying the trauma informed model. That's the model name. So it's called trauma informed model. What? Ooh. Mm. I gotta restructure that, but we're gonna come back to that because I know I was wrong for that. I wasn't wrong. That was actually the right thing. But ooh, I will also instruct trauma informed model and explain how trauma by statistical data can prove. What if you did so much damage that people were really affected? I mean, they just said it in the that y'all we fucked up. Like Jews, black people, and minorities. Like someone would want to do us harm and blame someone good. That's as simple as it gets. That is as simple as life gets. And they would not only want to do that, that they would want to do it for reasons of power and control. Right? You see it now? Did I break it down good enough? They would always frame good. That is how they gain control. And the people that are naive, how would I'll just say it in this context. How would you control someone like 10 years old to 20, which means that 2026 they would have to be born 2026 or 2006. So how, who no, go backwards. 2016 and 2006. I said that right. So who was in power during those times and what were they actually doing to people during that time? It makes you think how much a grip hold over for like who is killing us? Really? Who is behind this mysterious meltdown over black on black crime? Who is he? They never get caught. And when they do, they get out real quick and they just run the land while the cops get madder and madder. The good cops. Who is really doing it? Really, really. What's your diet look like, bro? What do you look like? I said enough. Because I know a lot of black people want to know who is doing this. Who has the money to build power plants and plants? Who had the money that was dominating during 2006 and 2016, with these power plants or the food we were given, who had that power and what is being done now to prevent that. What is one party saying versus what another party is saying? Is he making threats? No, he doesn't make threats. Someone like Trump doesn't make threats because threats are always put to him. The day he don't get a threat is the day he don't make a threat or make a promise. I will also discuss trauma, the trauma. Wait, yeah, it will be the explain how trauma by statistical data can prove that. What was their name? It was they had somewhere the Jewish and where is it at? Where is it at? It's coming up. It's coming up. Wait. They talked about Jewish, black people. Here we go. Here we go. It's right. Wait. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Where? Mm, here it is. They even killed white people like James. What is his name? James Smith. He was this part of the latter day. They called him a false prophet. How you know what he see, man? I can't sit up there and say you know what he see, what he needed to be on medication because he saw Jesus Christ. Like what y'all doing sometimes? One day they're gonna be loose with this mental health stuff. They're gonna be like, okay, you're welcome to see things. As long as you're not doing that, we know. We got different, frequencies, because you don't know what they're talking about sometimes. And that's what has been happening. People have been taking weirdo drugs. One black lady, I have to say, it was a black lady. And I've seen a white lady go to the bathroom in front of me, and it's not pretty, but a black lady, she was stripped naked and she was just walking in a highly secured area like nothing was happening. Just walking, just shaking and walking, and it's just flying everywhere. And I'm like, no, am I not seeing this? So two officers come out of nowhere. There's always some officers near me. For some reason, they never know me. I'm low level. I don't want to know them though. But they come out of nowhere once again, and they start roughhousing right in front of me, and I'm like, I don't want to see this shit. I'm just like, hell no. So I just dipped. I don't even remember. I was on foot, so I couldn't have dipped that far, but I was homeless at the time, and that's the shit that was out there. It was crazy. I don't even remember what city that was. Oh, it's as a painted image until I make it. Okay, let me start. So, to prove that, here we go. The first nation, people, slaves, and their descendant Jewish Holocaust. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I have to make sure I cite this. Wait, you write in Holocaust. It must be a reason why they want us to keep them alive and why they should be kept alive. People think that they're smart. Mm. And this sentence, Japanese, which we are allies with, American interment survivors, and listen. It's just like the Bible and other exploited and persecuted population. Okay, wait, wait. Spend all of this. Whoa, wait. Wait, these aren't right. Now, wait. How do I cite this? Oh, thank you for the Kimberly. Thank you, YouTube. We cool, man. I hope we cool. Don't be having me stringing on the line, baby. You got my show going, pushing out. I gotta give you props for that. Okay. I hate when that happens. I want to get a grill, but I don't want to get it right now. I want to get it right before gets start getting cold and shit. So I can sit up there and have a burger or go somewhere with a grill capabilities. Yeah, go somewhere with grill capabilities and cook a nice grilled burger. Mm. The one with the black char on the burger from the heat and the smoke, but not too much. You don't want your shit. Oh, God. Okay, let me change this spelling. Wait, no, that's not it. It's Times Roman numeral. Okay. Okay, so let's see how this adds in. First, we're gonna. No, I'm not gonna do it yet because I already know. I just put it into existence that I'm going to do the whole thing. And Grok is gonna tell me right here. You want to know where it's at? Fine. Right here, right there. Biggest day. Work facilitation and leader support. He said identify two types of models. That is two different types of models right there, but I'm adding this model because, and I have to, use the next thing that's modelish to not have it modelish, but inform with using the introduction of what I'm going to say. Wow, ain't no Frisky here. I had a cat named Frisky. Boy, did that cat endure pain and trauma. First is the name, not Frist. I can only imagine what other shit lurk. So, okay. So here we go. So, bold emphasis. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, I don't need to be in there. Yes. No, you don't need to put that as a first introduction anyway. But you need to place one more introduction. So the two types of behavior, well, no, you do need it. Out of, I still want to place, so, whoa, wait a minute. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out, okay, so we got to look at one more thing. Let's make it big again. Hold on. Just enough to paste that right there so I can. And now this is really cool, but I already did this one. It's up here, somewhere between here and here. So we got that one. We got, we don't need that no more, but we got that one and this one. But remember what we did? I think I cheated a little bit and read it already. Ooh. So the right Cotter stage of change for current situation. So we're talking about the Cotter stage. Mm. Let's read for a little bit to see what we got here. We got the infused model. That's, but let's see how I keep trying to jump. Let's see what they say. What? What? What that is? You won't let me read it? It's probably because I logged out like the dummiest dummy I can do. Anyway, so I'm reading quietly. I gotta see something real quick. I'm not getting off of here if you think, but I know I shouldn't do it. Oh, not bad. Dang. Motivated language, Zuri. Mm. Mm. Okay. So they basically said that they use one, two, three, three of them. Okay, let's see. So they call this the Genesis of I would have to know. Hmm? 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 Cool. You got political framing and shit. There gotta be a political, and you talked about meaning making language prior. So why would you give? It's always a reason if it's done this way. I'm just questioning it because I want to learn more. You put direction, giving language, empathetic language. What? Continue working. Where are we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I have. You put meaning making language different. That's third. D E L N O P Q R S T U V H I J K L M N O P Q R I. Oh, did you do it in order? You silly rabbit. Oh my god. APA really gets me. Did this person that's writing this put this in alphabetical language? Because then that would mess me up because I've done it before, but not like this, and it seems in alphabetical language. That would be petty for them to do, but that is what the APA do. They just petty like Well, I could look at the time and scout this out for real, but I'm not even gonna. If it happens, it happens. Uh, oh, how did that happen? That's you made me go all the way back. Okay. Oh, that's cute. You can do it as you listen to the section. That's so cute. I want to drink some more off of that. Oh my God. I just know something. I'm sorry. I know that's not a white lady that is on this summit that is picking fruit, but she can pass for one. I'm being real. This is not racist. Who we know that do it? Who do we know that do it? In California too? Second clue. I'm just saying. Hold up, y'all. I'm about to take a serious break and eat an egg or eat something real quick. I'm not going to stop the footage. I'm sorry. But if I don't do it this way, I have to stop the footage. So y'all going to see what I do when I take a break. But I'm not going to break out and start doing weird shit. I don't want no more raisins. I want a sandwich. So hold on, y'all. Because I need a break. But I'm going to get right on line.
All your favorite toys are back.
Yeah. Oh, man. You silly girl.
Here's the 30 grams of protein in all your favorite flavors. More protein. Shake, twist, crack. Go get them. This is brand new, brand spanking new.
Good food, great finds, and happy dances? It's all on the QVC Presents David Venable channel, only on QVC Plus and HSN Plus. Download the free TV app or visit QVCPlus.com to start streaming now. I'm going black. More than a smart toilet.
Oh, good. 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 That's what I do.
I just discovered my best friend is some sense. I feel looking from running. What if I give us a free from Sarah? We never had anything like it.
This is revenge or something. I'm gonna take your lesson away from it. You handle your end.
I'm sorry, you can't see that the whole time. What? What?
Final. Superstars perform at halftime. And Argentina faces Spain for the biggest prize in sports. The World Cup final on Fox.
You just never know about TikTok. Let me get off of TikTok. Let me get off of TikTok. I'm sorry.
Iran claims the U.S. is also hitting civilian infrastructure, as the White House says only military targets are being pursued. We have Fox team coverage tonight. Aisha Husni is at the White House with what's next in the president's plan for Iran. But we begin with senior correspondent Mike Tobin, live from Tel Aviv. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Brett. The U.S. has now turned around 4 ships since the blockade went back into effect. And a 7th consecutive night of airstrikes into Iran is now 3 hours old, according to U.S. Central Command. Despite the pressure the U.S. is putting on the Islamic regime, the Revolutionary Guard still fires on commercial shipping. In a plume of smoke and fire, the observation tower at the port of Kandahar was taken down by U.S. strikes. Central Command says the tower was used by the Revolutionary Guard to track vessels on the Gulf of Oman and coordinate attacks on commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Roads and bridges that connected coastal towns Bandar Abbas and Bandar Kamir were hit, cutting the Revolutionary Guard off from resupply. With the blockade in effect, the U.S. says commercial shipping is free to transit the strait, except for any ships that stopped at or are destined for an Iranian port. When the blockade was lifted, traffic was not at full capacity. Still, roughly 1.5 million barrels of Iranian crude cross the strait each day. Enforcing the blockade again means Iran loses almost $130 million per day.
If we keep this blockade on for a few months, they will literally be at zero.
The Iranian regime responds by firing at neighboring countries. 8 drones were shot down over airborne attack on Friday. Eyewitness video caught a drone crashing into a warehouse in Kuwait Wednesday. Jordan says 3 missiles were shot down over the Hashemite kingdom. At Friday prayers in Tehran, the sentiment was revenge.
Revenge.
Everybody agrees on this. Sending to hell everyone who played
He
a role.
wants to send to hell everybody who did that.
Carried it out.
Damn, what is he talking about, though?
Only 8 ships crossed the strait yesterday, according to the maritime intelligence firm Kepler. That is a 3-week low. 7 of those ships elected to travel the Iranian designated route, minimizing the risk that the regime would fire.
Carried on the stick.
Back to you.
Mike Tobin, live in Tel Aviv. Mike, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, David. I mean, such an honor to come on here to be able to talk about my faith in Jesus Christ, because that's the most important thing. It wasn't always like that. It was more about worldly things and living a life separated from God. And I was a sinner and I needed a savior. And I'm glad that I came to that point and realized I needed to find a new way of life. And you just don't get there by yourself. You know, that's from my mom, and that's from my wife, Tracy. Leading me back into church and letting me go through discipleship so I could really, truly understand the Word of God, so I could become the man that God created me to be. There's a great purpose for all our lives.
Wow.
You know, Jesus is the way. All these other ways that we go, we find ourselves in darkness, and we find ourselves trying to fill the empty void with all this stuff, and it just does not fill it. It's an empty void on the inside of every last one of us. So Christ is the only one that can fill that empty void. He's completed the task at the cross of Calvary for every last one of us. So we would experience abundant life. Jesus talks about it in John 14:6. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
I don't know if that's copyrighted or not. I'm almost finished, right? Sorry. I'm online. I'm doing the wrong thing online. I was watching her, but then it would be copyrighted. I gotta get off of YouTube for a second. Which one? And start it back up when I'm ready. Hold on, y'all.